And we are finally back. Jesus motherfucking tap dancing Christ. I have just had an epic battle with the internet and won, as far as I can tell. Yeah, the last stream was me having an epic and failed battle with the internet. This is an epic and succeeding battle with the internet. We are here in the barrel store, what is once was my haunt, the place where I used to go and do things. Now, due to distance, I'm not here as much. It's not like I'm far away. New Year's is good here. Paddy's Day can be good here. Dude looks like a lady. A bearded lady. Oh. Yeah, this place has been touted as the best craft bar in town. And it is. When I moved in, they were building it. But, as you can see, they also have plenty for the spirit lover as well. I think the only thing they really lack is decent wine list. Not that they have a terrible wine list, it's just they have to cut corners somewhere. So, yeah. Been a bit of a hassle for the past hour and a half now. Hi there, Bill. Hope you're doing well. I'll give you a tour of the place. This is the wall of liver failure, or as I call it, the stairway to heaven. And there's the craft wall. Generic sports screen people that I will scan by. Remember when they started putting bunting up? They have special house drinks. I do not actually know. Let me see if I can find a menu. Oh, they're taking the menus away in the daytime. They have the menus, but at night. Oh. Menus are over there. I'll knock this back and go into the back, as was my original plan. But I had this epic battle, and I mean, it was a song and story battle with trying to log into their free Wi-Fi. It turns out all you need to do is just sign into their Facebook, which I used to do all the time, but for some reason, it did not directly take me to the Facebook. So instead, I had to find some sort of workaround to make it work. I'm also eating a bag of spicy rings. They are quite delicious, I'm not going to lie. Oh. Here is where I've had the best beer I've ever tasted. And it is only seasonal, and I've only ever had it about 3 times. I must have it more in the future. It is called Kincaid White Rabbit, and it is delightful. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go back in the back and sit back and relax. So it was like the Hood's eggnog of beer. So it was like the Hood's eggnog of beer. I'm guessing Hood's eggnog is like the superior eggnog. We don't do eggnog here. We just pour ourselves another generic drink and drink it. Maybe just because I'm hungry, but these crisps are exquisite. Ladies, Whoa. No, there's no live music here, but in the next place we go to, we'll have live music. Dunn's apparently has live music on a Wednesday, and that's my next port of call. I went to Crean's, it was dead. I mean, that's why one reason I only filmed for 5 minutes, that and the internet cut out. Whoa, 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 oh, wow. Yes. But I can actually move now. One downside of that is that I was sitting right by standing by one of the speakers. This place gets so packed on like big gigs. This is where the comedy night thing that I filmed happened. We've got a really nice smoking area around back too. I'll sure to partake of you guys, but from right now, let's sit down here because these are the comfiest chairs. In Carrick, this is it, unfortunately. In Dublin, I can take you on a magical tour. Here, this is the trendy wine bar / craft beer. After that, the best you can hope for. Well, actually, hold on, I retract that. Percy Whelan's definitely gets some interesting bands in. Nothing tonight, though. Tonight is me getting sleepy, hence why it's called Sleepyboi stream. After I get sleepy, then you can actually see it in full motion. Lovely, by the way. It has a very fruity aftertaste. Called Orval. No, that's definitely not. That's definitely not what this place's forte is. This is for the 20-somethings and early 30s, such as myself, who enjoy the magic of craft beer. It's so crowded on the weekends and on any special occasion. Paddy's Day is going to be mental. I've been here once on Paddy's Day. Orville Redenbacher, like the popcorn. You know, we don't actually have Redenbacher that popcorn here. No, it's Orville. It's from I think it's from oh God, where is it? It's from foreign land. It's quite delightful. It's also, as a Trappist beer, it's also quite strong. So I'm guessing it's 6.2. Oh, it's not that strong actually. Duval is stronger, and so is Chimay. 9% for a glass of Chimay. I've had stronger beers, but none so drinkable. So tonight we'll be going here, Dunn's. At some point I've also got to get something to eat, and then we'll probably head back to Leitrim to get ready for the actual Sleepyboi stream. I'm sorry there, Whiskers, but outside of New York, we actually host the second greatest St. Patrick's Day. I'm trying You know what the sad fact is? It took me years to understand the joy of Peeps, but once I had Peeps, I was like, oh, we have like 7 different products here that taste exactly like them. But root beer is an acquired taste. You guys don't know how hard it is for people who didn't grow up with root beer to actually appreciate a good root beer. We just didn't have an equivalent. I was trying to think, like the only special thing we have is TK. You guys don't have that over here. Oh. there. Nope. Unfortunately, I have seen footage from New York. Those motherfuckers do everything, don't they? No, they can't let us even have our own fucking holiday. Although somewhere a Bostonian and a Chicagoan is just having a fit right now saying fuck you, but we don't need to pollute our water to make it green. Our water is already green, and we don't need to scream every 5 seconds that we're Irish. We are literally living in Ireland. But New York doesn't need to do either one of those things. They're New York. They can go, hey, do you want to throw a parade? Okay. Want to make it the greatest parade of all time? Sure, why not? And they do it. And we cannot compare. We can, however, get number 2 row because everyone comes to Ireland. Like next week, you're going to start seeing them in Dublin. Hordes of tourists. The Germans get there first because they're smart enough to book the long in advance, and then others, particularly Americans, come in massive quantities. And before long, oh my fucking god. There's literally more. Exactly, so we don't need to wear it on our sleeves. Our sleeves are by default Irish, so we don't need to play that up. We play it up for the tourists in Temple Bar. By the way, visit Dublin, visit Temple Bar, spend all your money. I have friends who need an extra pair of 500 quid shoes, but that's terrible but true. But yeah, we play it up like that, except for Paddy's Day. Oh, our nights in Ireland, there are not, and it isn't because St. Patrick drove them out. That was a metaphor for probably merchants coming in from the Roman Empire, and slave traders and people like that. Anytime but Paddy's Day, but unfortunately, if you're looking for a time where you won't run across another random Canadian slash American slash Lithuanian slash whatever, you'll never will. This town alone, this is like a small town in the middle of Ireland. We must have about maybe 200 Americans just strolling around at any given time. Ireland is just swamped with people. Whether it be Japanese people doing a game show, seriously, look up a Japanese game show with Carrick on Shannon. They actually go, the idea is that they drop a Japanese guy who can't speak English into the middle of a town in like Europe, and then they have to find their way home. And they drop him into Carrick. It is just fucking mind-blowing just to see him, because it's all done in Japanese because it's geared towards a Japanese audience. But then they're passing by the clock at the top of the village here, and the pub I'm in right now. I'm just there like, what the fuck? But no, best time of year would probably be the terrible winter, the weather time. So October-ish, November, I'd say, wouldn't be a terrible time. I would definitely say winter and early spring would be the best. Because people realise that Ireland is very wet and windy. They have no idea until they come here. But when they come here in like summertime, they know they're going to get good weather, which is not true. They will not automatically get good weather. They can get constant rain and wind and all that other shit. But there's a chance they might also get beautiful sun coming in, like in all those movies. Every time in Ireland, it's always this beautiful, pure blue sky with like a few clouds popping in and out, or no clouds at all in some places. Well, you get those days, but other days it's mostly just rain. It's like Seattle. Go up to Oregon and Seattle, and you'll get Irish. You'll get Irish weather down to a nutshell. But the great thing is, because of that, that's a lot of people off, which means you get some good deals on flights over to Dublin. And from Dublin, the rest of the island is automatically only at most a 3-hour trip away. Yes, absolutely, it is. Even the city, you're only Dublin is the biggest city on the island, and you're still only half an hour away from any given sheep. Farmland is this ubiquitous, even in the most Dublin of scumbaggy tenement areas, like the poorest of the ghetto-ish. You'd call them projects. We call them estates. Um, like say Ballymun, for example. Ballymun is only half-hour drive away from the west of Dublin and the start of like County Meath and the like, and that is some strong farming land right there. So yeah, it's our major export. So it's green, just grass as far. Hell, the place outside my window is just grass all the time. Do you have a sheep? I do not have a sheep, but I am right now probably going to see at least. I've probably already seen 5 sheep today, and I'll probably see another 5 coming back home, just grazing in the fields or asleep. Because we drive through a country road to get back to Leitrim Village. I've done videos on this before where I've taken you around my little town and areas around it. Like this isn't even the town I'm living in currently. This is the big town. I live in a place of 1,000 people, a few minutes up the road. So if you're curious, check out Low Energy Travels and expect this year to see me go walk up to Sheemore Hill. Not Sheemore Hill itself, but the uh, the Sheemore Inn at the base of it. So expect to see me do that, and of course I'll bring the camera along with. And then I'll probably do a live stream. I tried to do a live stream last time, and the internet there was so weak. But yeah, no, Ireland is in many ways exactly like what you see it. And the more west you go in the country, the more countrified it becomes. The only problem with that is eventually you get so far west, all the green turns into rock, and it becomes this windswept, barren landscape where there's still sheep everywhere. Sheep can survive nearly anywhere, but it's nothing but jagged cliffs looking over the Atlantic, and all these signs everywhere in this direction saying America, a couple of 1,000 miles this direction. In actual fact, it's Canada is the nearest, but no one wants that to be known. It's if you drew a line from Ireland to the North American continent, it would be Newfoundland and Labrador would be the nearest spots. But it's a lot nicer to say America's off in that direction than Labrador. Because fuck Canada. Is Northern Ireland full of cunts, like as in the movie? It's full of people, some of which are really nice, and some of which are absolute assholes. Accent is very Scottish, I noticed. It's full of English people, of course, because it's a part of the UK. It's not just like a colony of the UK, it's like an active member of their parliament. There's a seat in the House of Commons and the Lords. Ireland had that too. And then World War One happened, and it was taken away, and that's a long story. But the north is full of. It's a very gloomy place in many respects. It's a very gloomy because the weather and the people make it so. It's a very working class, very hard-working, industrious city full of brown buildings and not a lot of art going on. And the people they don't make a lot of money, except they do these days because it's a tax haven. That's why Game of Thrones is filmed up there. Little known fact, Northern Ireland is indeed a tax haven, like Malta. That's why they also filmed in Malta. That's also why they used to film all the time in Czech Republic and places like that. Save a bit of money. In Ireland, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend filming in Ireland. Beautiful landscape and a lot of castles everywhere, but you can get all that up north. And by the way, north, less than about an hour if you really put the pedal to the metal. An hour drive from where I am right now, the border. You'd enter into the southern part of it, Armagh and the like. You'd head up to Down, and that's where you got the Giant's Causeway. And a little bit further on, then you'd have you'd have Belfast, where of course one of my early low energy travel videos was filmed, and I will be there in the future. And my friend Claire, she's currently going up there nearly every month because her girlfriend lives up there. So she's been telling me just how cool it is. When you guys gonna finally get money and money or tech or stuff, or text, bro? Hey, you guys didn't steal jack shit. You stole from yourselves. Like your companies paid your government nothing. They paid us to build a place where local Irish people could work. That was one of the stipends. You basically built jobs for us, which we took. That's all. The place in question that you're thinking of, there's one up in Grand Canal Dock in Dublin. Google has their offices for Ireland there. Literally, as you're pulling in on the station, the train station, you can actually see the Google offices. But what I'm thinking of is Apple, and Apple is off in Cork, well, up near Killarney, places like that. And there's a huge booming tech industry in Ireland. Not as big as Holland. Not as big as Holland, but it's the next biggest one after that. And unlike Holland, this gives little stipends, little sort of boons. You know, this country can look the other way if you want to invest. The problem is your government then. No, not just the inversions, but they also have been cheating on top of that. When I heard a couple of court cases in the last couple of years. Well, I'm sure they were to a degree, but compared to the American government, we got the better deal. You know, we got to pay them. They got to, for example, they had to pay us to build a place for starters, and then of course, they also had to employ, like I said, locals. And then finally, the key thing there is when they built the buildings themselves in question, they didn't ship in their own workers, they also used Irish companies. So tons of people fed from that in Ireland. Don't forget that. I mean, someone has to build these things. If you set up a company in the Cayman Islands, well, somebody has to build the offices for your company to exist if you want it to be legit. Even working in the Cayman Islands, you know. It is cool, but it is still tax fraud, and I'm sure they fucked Ireland over as well a little bit. I guarantee you. And that was probably talked about under the table, because Ireland is famously corrupt. We have I talked about this on the last stream I did. We have very strange laws when it comes down to censorship in Ireland. And accusing somebody of being corrupt is actually quite okay to just come out and say it. There's no chance of getting sued or arrested. So what happens is you have ad campaigns of two rival gym companies, like say happens in Dublin, and they'll just literally call each other like liars and cheats and shit like that, and calling them by names. Oh, there's corruption, and then there's corruption. You know, there must be a UN census of like the least corrupt country in the world. Well, what even constitutes as corruption? Like Swahili land. What would constitute as corruption? Like there or the Vatican? No, actually, no. I take that back. I think we all know. I am sorry, Archbishop. Here is $25,000 from my friends in the nice suits behind me. We will pretend little Timmy died of natural causes. That is very good, my son. Do 30 Hail Marys, and then we will send you off to the South Sea Islands, where you can spread the Lord's word. Can I go to Fiji? Yes, you can go to Fiji. Yay! 90 US, the corporations literally write our laws. Oh, and yeah, you guys still allow that shit to happen. You've been allowing that shit to happen since... Jesus. Let's try to think as far back. You fought them at the start of the 20th century. The antitrust laws are a perfect example of that. You broke up the monopoly. Post-World War II, maybe? post World War II. By the 80s, they were in full swing, but there had to be a start to it. There had to be a genuine start to the normalization of it. I mean, lobbying has been around since before whenever. Hell, anytime a YouTuber suddenly goes, "Hey, I've been sponsored by Dollar Shave Club," that's lobbying. You know, what was if Dollar Shave Club also supported the Klan? They would want you to promote their bullshit. I'm not, by the way, saying that Dollar Shave Club supports the Klan. I'm using this as an example. It's not real. Um, though, if they want to sponsor me, what the fuck were they thinking there? um, no, like you guys, with the electoral college and your two-party system and the just the way you campaign is just you'll never get anything done. You'll never get anything else done. It's all just going to be this shade of piss and this shade of piss and this shade of piss and this shade of piss, and every year our standards or your standards, I should say, are lowered and lowered and lowered. When like to the point where right now people kind of want a shouting match and a screaming match. When I was a kid, the term mudslinging was not a pro. Now it's considered a bit of a pro, which means, what, 4 presidents from now it's going to be considered mandatory to use the worst language you can use on them. And this bit, you do. You fucking do. You fucking do. I mean, there are so many other real democracies out there that have systems that don't include this bullshit. There's corruption. For example, a lot of people say America could do best by looking at Germany. Well, Germany's electoral system is very interesting and could work, but the problem is they also suffer from corruption. They suffer from corruption in the same way. But the thing is, it's not so much about corruption, it's about lobbying. I can't think of any other country that lobbies in the same open, blatant way as America does. Like, I'm surprised presidents don't walk out during their campaign speeches with literal corporate logos on their bodies. Obama walks out dressed up as a Coke can. Bernie Sanders comes out in a Tesla. And then you're shocked that they want to push their agendas. Of course they do. Because they're greedy. Because people are greedy. Because people are dicks. Because you need to focus not on people, but the person. The person, like you, like me, are people. And we can know the difference between right and wrong. But you get us into a crowd, and then we become dumb. And we follow the leader, and it is just a waste of time, because then everyone's shocked that, oh no, he's not the person that I voted for. Of course he's not the person, or she for that matter. Like, Jesus Christ. Hey there, farmer. Hey, about time we have a mod here. It's fucking Wild West going on right now. People voicing their opinions. How dare they? I hope you're, hey farmer, I hope you've brushed up on your bus etiquette, because we're going to be hitting Bus Simulator this evening before the Sleepyboi stream. It's going to be quite horrific. Fuck yeah, man. And share it too, not like... Corporations need to have freedom because corporations are now considered individuals. I remember when John Oliver did that. What he did was just fucking amazing. Like he showed it, and it just like corporations are now considered the same right as individuals, and then it just cut back to, at long last, the struggles of the oppressed corporations have been made manifest. We all remember the brave struggle of the Stay Puff, not Stay Puff, the Pillsbury Doughboy for his hunger strike, and it cuts to like a GIF of the Doughboy, and he's just a skeleton, and he's got like I Matter too along his side. Like, um, sounds of my free speech. My free speech. Oh, free speeches are terrible. Give me some freezed oranges any day. I'm currently in the barrel store. It's usually a bit. It's. I've been here a couple of times on stream before. It's the local craft bar. It's also where the comedy night I went to on a previous stream. They did that there. This is the second pub I've been to tonight. First pub I tried to go to, it was very dead, and it was also very, very, very bad internet. But here it's cool. Do you have a girlfriend or not? I've been was out on a date last week or the week before. So I am currently looking for a girlfriend, but the answer right now is no, I am not. We are his girlfriend, plural. I have a harem. Just don't look too much in between the legs. We can just trap them up a little bit, and then if I drink enough, and they all turn around, I can tell myself I'm a pretty boy with pretty needs. We are all one girl. You're just one gelatinous blob with like this little bow on top of you and like 20 eyes. I feel special today. Are low energy fans are chaps, and are they gay? The answer to both those questions is, how about another beer? You're like the station management in and the town council in Welcome to Night Vale. They just all talk, or the delightful children from down the lane, from Kids Next Door. Does this make my butt look? Not. All right. If I do want another beer, I gotta get off my arse, which is a shame because, as you see, very comfy chairs. But we must make a movement. I don't just be my bowels. After this place, I don't know when I'll leave. It really depends. Really on you guys. At some point, I'll need to move before midnight, but at some point, I'll want to go up to Dunn's because Dunn's has live music. At least that's what the website says. Yeah, I've been here on New Year's, and it is just bedlam. There's like a DJ up. Paddy's Day is so much fun. Actually, pee right now. So how am I gonna do this without you hearing my tinkly tink? I'll switch to some of their local brews. Oh, by the way, Bill, can I have a rollers, please? I forgot they produce their own stuff because they're partly owned by a brewery. Sorry, mate. One of my viewers was wondering if you have your own like specialty house drink, but you're part owned by a brewery, so.
Well, that would be our beers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't know why I didn't mention that earlier.
That would be our specialty.
Yeah. You know if the brewery is going to be bringing in any New in the future? Or?
There's lots of new stuff. There's always new stuff.
Heard it here first, folks. Put us in your pockets, yes. Yeah, so that's us. Pocket love. That's I believe that the correct term is oni hole. Yeah, this place is.
There we go. Thank you.
This place is a partly owned by a brewery. It's the Cowrick Brewery, which you can find right here. There you go. They make some very nice stuff. I don't know about overseas, but I've had it as far afield as Belfast, so they must still get it up north. So that means they might get it in the UK. I'm currently drinking a pint of Rowers. I'm from Dublin, but I'm currently living in Leitrim. But I'm not actually from Dublin either. I'm technically not even Irish. But that's another story altogether. Do they brew Guinness there? In Carrig? No. We brew Guinness in Guinness. In the Guinness storehouse. Right, I'm gonna go and have a little tinkly tink. Tinkly tink. La 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 la. I'm trying to cover up the sound of the noise. If you hear anything, well, you've been warned. Now, of course, you gotta wash your hands. Remember, kids, flies spread disease, so keep yours closed. And behold, message retracted. Now we'll never know. Actually, gonna sit back up at that. I'm gonna sit back up at the comfy chair. The rest are all just. What the hell? There we are. Yeah, they used to do some. I don't know if they still do it. They used to do some crazy shit over here, behind the table. They set up. If anyone here knows what the Cube is, the game show, they set up their own mini version of it. It was. I saw like they also used to do. They still do this. As an advertisement. Whenever there's a gig playing, they often have like a live stream of it inside the pub, so people are kind of like, ooh. Like and shared for you. See you later, my friend. Thank you so much, man. You are fan-freaking-tastic. Remember, I'm going to be doing the Sleepyboi stream around about midnight GMT. So if you want to see me sleep and you want to wake me up with some horribly racist messages, you know what to do. The Cube. Oh yeah. It's a game show. The object is that there's like a series of challenges someone has to do, and you have to I think you have to answer questions first, and then if not, you then have to, you've got this weird game show thing where it's just this person with this strange sort of fencing mask on their face, and then they proceed to kind of perform an incredibly hard to do challenge. Like, I had a ball in between these spikes and shit like that. How much money could you win at the bar version? I don't think you can. Sorry, man. It's about as high as I can make it. You can all hear me, okay? Like besides you, Bill, because now it's good. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. It's done per request. You see, this is the Hens and Stag Nights town of Ireland. You come here before your wedding. Sometimes you have your wedding in Carrick, but most people what they do is they just get absolutely plastered here a night or two before the wedding. And this is one of the major spots you do it. They do things like horseback riding, working at a farm, taking a boat cruise, nude models that you can paint. The girls seem to like that. There's this local guy, he wanders around like he's the cock of town, which technically is the cock of town. He's like this Hispanic guy. Let's just call him Fabio. I don't know his actual name. I think everyone calls him Fabio. And he just basically he'll just strip naked, and the girls, 5 or 6 beers in, will just paint him nude however they can. And I talked to him once. He's a very nice guy. There's a documentary about this town. In fact, I might link it in my Discord. Try to remind me later or tomorrow about it, and I will link it into the Discord of this town, because this town is the party town of Dublin, of Ireland. Sorry, it's not the party town of Dublin. It's of Ireland. It is the Hens and Stags of Ireland. It is the party town of Ireland is Galway. And Galway is so cool. If I were to live anywhere besides Dublin on this whole island, it would be Galway. Galway is so cool. I fucking love Galway. I've had nothing but good times every time I go to Galway. And I've been there maybe 4 times now. I met really cool people. I've been, looking with the girls. Just tossing it out there. By the way, cocaine. Wouldn't be a Sleepyboi stream if I did some cocaine. I gotta show you the smoking area, by the way. So. Rowers. It's always my go-to. Compared to other places, I wouldn't normally drink something that bitter and that dark. But yeah, it's technically a port. But it doesn't feel as bad as a port, because Guinness is alright, but I don't like Guinness. I don't love Guinness. Smithwick's is horrible. This is alright. Which is strange, because I like Smithwick's pale ale. It's golden ale, which I'm almost certain is just somebody who drinks their Smithwick's porter, their pints, their stout, and then they just piss it into a big tank, and that's how they make it. No, in many ways I am a hipster, and I don't just mean my looks. I mean, for God's sake, I'm in a craft bar, live streaming, you know. Hipsters don't need to be a bunch of tech-savvy motherfuckers from Seattle, you know. Johnny be good. Oh yeah, this is a cool thing they do. Let me try to zoom in. Yeah. Didn't want that. How do you get rid of that? There it is. Alright. Yeah, always be careful. Yeah, this is just the they normally take old cans and bottles and just put waxes on top of them. Turn them into candles. But they won't need it today, because this is a weekday, you know. There won't be that many people here. I mean, it's already 10-ish. 9, 10ish, you know. It's not exactly gonna be a busy night, which is a shame. But I did promise you guys a Sleepyboi stream before the end of the month, and this is the last day, more or less the last day before the end of the month. So I am a river to my people, and I am a tyrant to my kidneys. Almost certainly, this stream will never see the light of day. By the way, because of all the music playing. Let's see, can we spice it up a bit? You're all gonna see what the smoking area looks like. Johnny the Good. Just give you a quick. True. Unless they said it not non-ironically. This is usually taken away for big events, but they're smart to keep it in. Don't know why it's not focusing. There it is. Oh, by the way, this is one of the safest pubs in the entire town. The bouncers here are like fucking Gestapo, and they're constantly in motion, and there's about 12 of them. It's absolutely mental on a busy... Whoa, okay, here we are back. I was going to show the outside, but apparently the Wi-Fi doesn't extend that far. It's full of, I can show you from the outside, I can show you from the inside, I guess. Fucking hell. Also, chicken enchiladas feel great, it would sound great right now. After I'm done here, I will go to get something to eat before doing it. You can see it out here. It's full of, in the summertime, this is lovely. Get yourself a very, very cold cocktail and just sit out there. It's so nice. And on Paddy's Day, there's usually a lad up there with a guitar and a little hat to put money in. Father's Day. Anyway. What are we looking at here now? We back. Is only something, ironic hipstering is only something a hipster would do. Yeah, true enough. I know I did, and I do apologize for the fail. That's me trying to go outside with this Wi-Fi. I'm sure if I wanted to watch something, it'd be great, but if I wanted to stream something, still. I can show you that again if you want. I suppose you didn't really see, did you? There's like chairs up there and shit like that, sofas. It gets very packed up there, in like really summer days. This whole place gets absolutely bedlam. So they have like really strict bouncers, like the strongest, the toughest motherfuckers in town, and there's so many of them. Must be like 8. I'm sure there's a pub somewhere that doesn't have a bouncer because of this place, which sucks. But at the same time, they kind of need it, and they're constantly in motion. They move around like in the crowds, like patrol bots, you know. If you opened up someone's head in the back, you'd find like all robotics in the back. It'd be crazy. Not that I'd recommend it, they'd beat the living shit out of you. I shall have one more drink up there at the front of the pub, and then what I will do is I will head off to quickly grab something to eat, and then I will start up the next stream up in Duns, which is actually, I might even wait until the end of the evening for that. Yeah. I forgot what time it is. I'm actually killing daylight or nighttime here now at this point. So kill me. I'll give the boss man his space. He's a cool dude, but we've never seen eye to eye on everything. Unlike other places. You sleepy at all yet? No, I'm pumped. I've been out here maybe an hour and a half now. Regardless of how I feel though, around about 12, the town will shut up, so I've got to keep on moving. No, he's more of a authoritarian dictator. But yeah, the guy with the beard. Let's see, can I grab him in shot? There he is. He knows his shit. As far as I'm aware, he's either married to or he's... there used to be... When I first came here, there was this girl who worked here, and she was from Seattle. Very cool lady. But she actually, she had a few years on me. She apparently dated the drummer from the original band that Kurt Cobain was in. So, fuck yeah. But no, there's no Nazis involved, unfortunately. Which is a shame. I think there always should be Nazis at some point, as the villain, of course. But no, as far as I'm aware, I think she's married to him, behind me there. But for a long while now, I haven't seen hide or hair of her in a long while. She gave me some cool advice though. I mean, she was great to talk to when I first moved here from Dublin. No. This is long before Nirvana. Like when I was like, wait, really? Like, and she's like, no. Before that, like, she's talking about like 17, 16, that sort of thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not a huge... Yeah, I know, right? I think I actually asked her, was it Dave Grohl? And she was like, no, God, no, that came much later, you know. I don't remember. In fact, I don't think I ever asked her. Ooh, look at this. Now, you want proof that this is a hipster bar. Yeah. My beloved. Yes. Let's see what else that is. That's never mind the Buzzcocks, the board game. Sweet. That's solid. Like, some of those are solid. Good old fashioned card pack on top, because you need just some good old fashioned cards. I like how a lot of people are really getting back into poker these days. It was a game I never really was into. But I'm not seeing any cyanide or unhappiness. I'm not seeing any cyanide and happiness shit. But Cards Against Humanity. I've got a great story to tell from that. I had just been on a 14-hour flight, and I had landed in America. I had already been up for about another 7 hours before that. I was beyond exhausted. So, oh, my friends picked me up, and we drove to their location. This is in the States. We drove to their place, and they what they had done was they had set up a sort of like welcome party, not realizing I would have jet lag. So we passed the bowl around a bit, and then, which was a terrible idea because I'm a lightweight anyway, and I was already exhausted and so tired. So I needed to go to sleep fast. But what were they playing in the living room? But Cards Against Humanity. So I was there, not and if you know jet lag, you can't actually go to sleep straight away with jet lag. And after you've done a fucking bowl of some high quality OG Kush, yeah, you're not going to sleep soon. So I was there staring up the ceiling, watching the ceiling fan slowly rotate, listening to them playing Cards Against Humanity, and it was one of the trippiest experiences in my fucking life. Because I knew it was all just a mixture of exhaustion, a little bit of drink, a shit ton of weed, and oh, all legal, of course. Legal. 100% legal. And listening to them without any context to it, just screaming out things like, "It's Hitler! It's always Hitler!" You know, and everyone bursts out laughing. I'm in the other room just staring up at the ceiling going like... Um, first mistake, you were in America. Oh, baby cakes, I fucking love your country so much. I want to eat its ass. America is so good because you're so fucking bad, and that's why it's good. No, I fucking love America. I mean, that's why I have an American flag overneath my bed. Maybe not so much the government. Your government is 17 layers of stupid, but you know, you can't be perfect in every other way. Hey guys, do you like food? Yeah. Oh. Just shove all the food in your mouth. Hey guys, do you like alcohol? Yep. Oh. Hey guys, do you like sex? Yep. Whoa, hello down there. And it just gets more and more. Like, I would be the sort of person that would set up 17 trillion pounds of explosives in a desert, and then, while watching it explode, because I could. Why? Why the fuck not? America. That's your answer right there, America. I'm the last person on earth that still remembers the American dream. The right to blow the shit up out of things for no other reason than to dare. See that hill? What hill? I see that pile of rubble. That rubble can be turned into a strip club and a used gold store. God bless America. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about at this point. I think the drink's kicking in. How does a jet lag work when you do a bump of booger sugar? Well, for God's sake, think about jet lag and booger. Don't ever forget that one small is then booger sugar wears off fairly quickly, and then you're left with nothing. You know? I mean, the great thing about Coke is that once you come down, is then, there's no after effects, except for the fact that, all the energy, all the creativity, all the activeness you had with Coke, you've got to go back in for round two, and that's when it really starts fucking hitting you like a sack of shit across the face. And at that point, then, yeah, this is when you've done 6 or 7 lines in like 5 hours, and you're punching the wall screaming that you are the chosen one. You might be the chosen one, but I don't think the wall gives a shit. But your knuckles sure as hell do. So does the rest of your family at Thanksgiving. Someone has to visualize that. Someone has to make that into a reality. In particular, I want it to be a priest. A priest who's fallen on hard times and has turned to the bottle, and the bottle turned into hookers, and hookers turned into illicit drugs. Right. We're actually on we're a bit on a timetable. All things regardless. All things regardless. That's how that works. Um, I will head off after I finish this. So, I was gonna say final words from either one of yous, but the fact is that you'll be seeing me in like 10 minutes anyway. So, wait, hookers are made of illicit drugs, but hookers bring drugs or know how to get drugs because they're hookers. That's how that shit works. One thing leads to another because, well, all things regardless. Yep, there we are. Spread that love on the Discord. If someone like Chaos Gamer comes around and says, "What the fuck?" then you have to point out the fact that he was not on the stream and you were. Tell them. Tell them things. All things regardless. All things regardless, I think the bus looks better upside down. I'll be saying that before the end of the night. And if, Whiskers, if you are there in a few hours to appreciate that, then we can share our little moment together. But enough is enough. I must be off now to my next locale. So see you all in a few minutes. Literally like less than 10 minutes at the most, assuming their internet is not fucked up. So if you don't see me after that, you'll see me probably in about like 2 or 3 hours, regardless. So but at most you'll see me at home. In other words, don't go away too long. Enjoy yourself. Like, do something to pass the time. But I'm still here. I'm about to get crunked.